Hello, squirrels. Today's guest on Blind Squirrel Talk, famous in a small town, is Sandra Helton. Sandra will share her vast knowledge and advice on healthy living choices, as well as her role in the ever-changing city of Maysville, Georgia. Wholesome, honest, and giving, God-loving, and family-oriented, Sandra is full of grace and compassion. We are so excited for you to meet Sandra Helton.
Also, don't forget to find us on Facebook and Instagram at Blind Squirrel Talk and on X at Blind Squirrel PC. If you enjoy the show, please remember to leave us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts. Plus, if you write us a review there or leave us a comment on Spotify or YouTube, we'll read it out on a future episode of the show.
Hello, everybody. Welcome again to yet another edition of Blind Squirrel Talk. I'm Lulu.
I'm Kim.
And this is
Sandra Helton. So good to be here.
Yes, we're glad to have Sandra here, and she's going to tell us some really fun stuff. Now, first of all, Sandra, tell us what you do here in Maysville.
Well, I recently accepted the position as the full-time city clerk / administrator, and it has been just great getting to know everybody, and I'm really having a good time getting to know the town of Maysville.
And that in itself is a job.
Oh, absolutely.
We have
have
got
all
the
types.
gamut here. We are Maysbury, I affectionately call our town.
Yes, if you don't know what we do in the city of Maysville, just spend a few hours at City Hall and you'll find out.
You'll know everybody's business
That's
just
right.
in 2 hours.
So, yes, Maysville is a very unique town. I think that we are seeing growth at a high rate. I think that we still have the charm of the small town, and we need to somehow make those two things come together, and so that, people will look at our town and say, it's a great place to live and raise our families, and to keep that charm that we all so love in the South.
And that's a delicate balance, too.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
And I'm sure sometimes you feel like all eyes are on you.
Yes, oftentimes, leaders of the community, mayor and council, we get blamed for it all. The staff, and it is hard to run a city and do it efficiently and effectively, and it takes teamwork.
Yes.
And I hope that, going forward, that we can all make the best decisions for the city. Of course, everybody wants their town to be successful, and we all want that. I mean, who wouldn't? So hopefully we get the people of the town get involved, and, we all work together.
Yeah.
I've noticed since you've been in office, so to speak, the communication has been a ton better as far as knowing what comes out of City Hall, what's going on, what's being paid for, what's going down. So I appreciate that.
Thank you. Yes, I think that transparency most assuredly is the key. As we are taught when we go into these types of positions, you have to be transparent. These are not our funds that we're spending. It is the people of Maysville, and we want to treat it like it's it is important, and to make sure that we spend the funds appropriately and that we keep everybody on the same page.
I know that you came from a couple of other small towns, Claremont and Gillsville. Can you tell me some differences between Maysville and those two?
I would say that Maysville is definitely busier. I feel like I had mentioned earlier, the town is growing. I think we're on the threshold of that. And it doesn't happen all at once, but then sometimes it feels like it just happened all at once, if you know what I'm saying. You're there, and all of a sudden, how did we, get this busy? It wasn't like this before. And as you grow, there are going to be growing pains that you have to deal with. We have to make sure that our staff is eligible to handle the influx of requests coming in. I feel like that I've used this term so many times since I've started with Maysville, is I feel like when I come in, I hit the door running. Mm-hmm. And it is. I mean, it really is a busy little town. But I love that. There's life there. You see things happening, and it's exciting to look and see, oh, well, this looks great. We talked about this last month, and now it has transitioned into this, and you're proud. You look at things in the city, and, you want to just keep doing better for the town and making those decisions to make it the best place to live.
You are a breath of fresh air.
Thank you. Being from 2 other small cities, I have learned some things the hard way. And so with that knowledge and those times of learning those things, I've tried to incorporate that into my job here at Maysville, and to, try to include everybody, be kind, work with people. We're not here to make enemies. We're here to all work together. And, it can be done. And I'm convinced of that. And I feel like that is maybe part of my purpose, is to come here and maybe bridge some gaps. So we'll just have to see.
Well, I, for one, am glad you're here. So let's segue into your other interesting side of your life, which is health, wellness, fitness, that sort of thing.
Yes, I love to talk about wellness. I feel like that my family, we try to practice as much as we can. My brother, who is in North Carolina, is a holistic doctor. So, of course, we call him for advice and things. But yes, I love that, you are definitely what you eat. And also, I believe to keep a joyful spirit, that we must also practice forgiveness, because you want to be happy inside out. You want to, take care of your skin, but you also want to have a good peace in your heart. And, with that being said, that's probably my first thing when I tell people, how do you want to live if you want to live a long time, you must practice forgiveness, because unforgiveness takes roots of bitterness, which can cause disease. So we all need to make sure we get all that out, those toxic emotions, and then go drink your water and eat your greens and, do all the things. If you will take care of your body will take care of you. So I believe that we must treat ourselves with love and take that time for self-care.
So what are some of the things that are always in your routine of self-care?
There are many. I like to start my morning with warm lemon water mixed with a little cayenne pepper and Celtic sea salt and a little bit of honey. I feel like that detoxes the liver. And then I like to have my one morning cup of coffee. I try to choose a good high-quality organic coffee. I think if it's something you're going to eat every day or several times a week, make sure you're getting a good quality product. So let's just say if you eat eggs every single day of your life, get some of the good non-GMO organic eggs. I know it's expensive, but the things that you eat a lot, I would say make sure those are what you're putting in your body is quality. There are some things that don't need to be organic. There is a list out there called the Dirty Dozen, and those are things like bananas, avocados, things that have thicker skin. You wouldn't need to buy organic. But then there's things like strawberries, tomatoes, that absorb a lot of the pesticides and things. And I always try to go for non-GMO, whether it's organic or not. So, just make good choices. I tell my children, read your labels. Make sure you know what you're putting in your body. And if you can't pronounce it, don't eat it. That's one of my rules. So we try to eat clean. But yes, as far as, eating and then doing self-care as far as taking care of your skin, I like to use Epsom salt and essential oils a lot. Coconut oil is a staple. Coconut oil, I think it cures everything. We take it with us when we travel. I mean, you can just put it on your lips, take your makeup off with it. It's great. It's also a sunscreen.
I did not know that.
And an antibacterial, so you can use it even as diaper rash on a baby for their cream.
Did you know that?
Yeah, I did know that. I thought it was kind of antibacterial in a way. You can put it on a sore, and it'll.
Yes, it is. Really, really a great thing to have in your. Everybody needs to have coconut oil in their house because you can use it for so many things. And then let's see. Besides that, one really super important thing is that the oils. You should not, or I don't. I'm not going to tell anybody else what to do. But no oil that you should be, the vegetable oil, we'll start with that one. is really bad. We don't eat that at my house. We only use olive oil, butter from a grass-fed source, real butter, not the tub butter, but real butter, olive oil, coconut oil, or tallow, or the oil that comes from grass-fed animals. Like if you have a beef or chicken, you know how when you stick a roast in the refrigerator and that white stuff, and you always like take it off and you heat it back up. Don't throw that away. You use that to cook with. I know, all these years
Wow.
I was
Who
like,
knew? Now
who
we know.
knew? Yes, and make sure though the meat comes from a grass-fed source. So yeah, I think that the oils are the main thing, because your body cannot metabolize and break down, and that's why some believe that we're seeing such an increase of cancer. Sugar is the other demon. However, if you have a sweet tooth, limit that. Of course, your body can metabolize sugar, unlike the oils I just mentioned. But you want to have it in small portions. But yeah, eating healthy, getting plenty of rest, managing your stress levels, and talking about stress. This job I would probably be lying if I said it wasn't stressful.
That was
It
going to be
is-
my next question. So, how are you managing stress these days?
Well, one thing that I love to do is see my grandchildren and hug them and spend time with them and love on them. It just instantly relaxes me. And then when they start getting on my nerves, I send them back to their mama.
We'll edit that part out in case the grandkids
They never
watch.
get on my nerves. I love them. But
Mine do.
And we don't have to edit that.
I've recently scheduled a massage with Trinity, and I want to give them a shout out.
And they're right here
They're-
in Maysville.
Oh, right here. I mean, within walking distance of City Hall, which is so convenient. Of course, I didn't walk that day. I should have. She is wonderful. I would suggest if you are looking for a great massage, she's very knowledgeable, therapeutic. I've had some problems with this shoulder, and I went and had her to work on that. And I was highly impressed. And I actually booked another appointment before I left. So that says a lot. So I would definitely recommend managing your stress levels with taking a walk, massage therapy, listening to music. Pick up an instrument that you maybe have put on the shelf for a long time. I recently did that several years back. I never played an instrument really, and so I decided to start learning the fiddle. And
The hardest instrument to learn.
planning to come to one of the jam sessions or whatever
The
it's called.
Bluegrass Jam.
Yes,
Yep. First Tuesday of every month, 6 o'clock.
Yes, see,
At the soundboard, right across from the post office. Be there.
I need to know when you come because I want to be there.
okay. I'm going to practice up and be ready.
They're so welcoming. I mean, all the way from experts to newcomers, they're just so welcoming. I mean, regardless of your level,
Well,
you would have fun. You really would.
Well, I love to just get together, and people, that make music are usually happy people because music relieves stress. And so it's just fun to listen. And I did really think that was a cool thing when I came to Maysville to learn of that y'all have that here. And
Thanks to Lulu, she's one of the
know.
few that provides for the city. offers
we do
these-
our best. We need something else to do other than
We do.
Well,
that stuff.
and now we have that Chick paint class.
yes.
We do. And she's doing sourdough bread baking, all
Yes.
kinds of
Yes.
little interesting.
Maybe you're a good luck charm. Ever since you got here, we've had beach chick. I mean, we're just getting all kinds of new little stuff.
Maysville is
Yeah.
definitely going places.
Yeah.
So I think that, even signing up for one of the painting classes at Chick would be a stress reliever. Because they say that if you are having stress in your life, really they tell you to sit down and color.
I've heard that.
And it just, you're focused on that one thing, and it just is therapeutic. And it really does work because you've seen the adult coloring books with the pencils.
Those are fun.
Yeah.
They are. Yeah, or crossword puzzles, something that just, helps you just relax. So I would say managing your stress and eating, making sure what you're putting in your body, and just stay kind and loving, because I think that we need more of that in this world that we live in, for sure.
You're right. That kind of touches on what Bill had to say this morning.
Yeah, it does. It does. Yeah. Everybody just needs to be happy and love one another.
Well,
Yes.
I have to ask, because we talked briefly before the segment, a little bit about castor oil.
Oh,
Yes. Tell us about. I was amazed. I'm like, order a gallon, please.
Right. Well, I'm just learning about, not, well, I've known about castor oil for years, but I didn't realize the benefits that you would get from it, from using it on so many things. I've kind of been watching some videos and learning and reading. And so my sister and my mom were kind of on this castor oil kick right now. And interestingly enough, my hairdresser, when I went to get my hair cut, she also brought it up, and we were talking about the same things. And I'm like, so you've been reading the same things I've been reading. So it does have amazing benefits. I haven't read up on it enough to be able to share all that right now. But we put it on our eyebrows, eyelashes. I've heard that it helps those to grow. We've put it on, your skin.
So do you do that at night after your
Yes.
cleansing routine?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, one thing that I have learned about castor oil, and I'm planning to incorporate this as soon as I can find time to do it. And what you would do is take pieces of flannel cloth, and you would cut it into strips and soak that in castor oil, and then put it on any inflamed area of your body, and wrap it
I need a quilt.
with some with maybe some saran wrap or something, and do that for a few days, a season, and it's supposed to remove all inflammation, even and I mean, I'm sure it can be argued with, but even like tumors and stuff.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So, I mean, read up on it. I'm not here to try to tell people how to, live or die, but I mean, I feel like that God put everything on this earth that we need to take care of our bodies. And so sometimes it's just having some wisdom and knowing what to do.
Educating ourselves.
Yes, absolutely. There's so much out there to read and learn, and, try it. If it works, great. So, but yeah, clean ingredients with skincare is something that I've been trying to transition to over the few years. I know women use a lot of things on
Products.
Yes.
So the average woman uses 27 a day.
Oh, really?
That's a lot.
That is a lot.
Yeah.
So, I did, though, switch to the free and clear laundry detergent several years ago, and I felt proud about that because, I love how it smells when it comes out of the dryer. So all the scents, we kind of need to scale back on those. So just make small changes. It's easy. You can do it. Don't get overwhelmed and try to do everything at once, because you'll just end up going back to what you did before. Trust me, I know. So, but yeah, just when you know to do better, you do better.
That's right.
So, I just, ask God daily to give me wisdom in how that I incorporate things, and, even with my job. And
You need it here.
oh, yes, yes, absolutely. And
But you must go home in the afternoons with a sense of, wow, I really worked hard today. I accomplished a lot.
It is definitely a sense of accomplishment. We had a meeting, actually, several meetings lately, and I was talking to a lady and telling her that when you see areas where you can do improvements and save the city money, and it actually comes to fruition, you feel rewarded by that, even though it's not my money, but I know that I'm trying to be a good steward of it.
Right.
And that does, at the end of the day, that feels good. You know that you've made a difference, maybe a very small difference, but a difference.
Sandra's made some changes with our health insurance policies and saved us $13,000 a year.
Yes.
Oh, that's huge.
Yes.
That's huge.
So yeah, that it adds up, and when you can save, just like at home you save money. Why wouldn't you do that for the town? Because we want to use our resources to the best, because we want to have things in the city, and we want to have the money there for that. And I know people are asking for things, and I would love to say yes to all of them. And we have to look at our budget and make those decisions. And so when the money's there, it's easy to say yes. And that's what we're trying to do, is make sure the revenue is not spent irresponsibly. So
We've been doing some talk with investors, hoping to use some of the city's surplus money to make money to possibly hire another employee or do some of the improvements in downtown that we need desperately, as well as possibly look at some more infrastructure with our sewer and water, which is badly needed. So Sandra has been key at really just kickstarting us into, moving forward with these things that have been talked about and nothing's happened.
So in addition to your regular job, now you're doing investing.
and I'm learning a lot, actually. And it's very interesting. I think that whenever you have a changeover, a changing of the guard, so to speak, you do get fresh ideas, and you get some changes. You see that. I spent 15 years with another city. We left that area and moved away for a short time with my husband's job, and my deputy clerk actually moved into the full-time position. And I was just amazed when I would go back to City Hall to talk to her at the changes that she had made. And I was really proud, because everybody has different ideas and different things to bring to the table. Not one person has all the answers or all the ideas. So it's good sometimes when you get that fresh set of eyes, so to speak, and you can look at something differently that maybe someone didn't see before. So it's not to say, everybody has something to bring to the table. So I hope that whatever I'm bringing to the table during this season with Maysville will benefit the city for years to come.
I like your new sheriff in town attitude.
Well, thank you. Sometimes I go home and I'm like, I don't want to be the sheriff today. But, with a change and with things like this, it is a level of responsibility. And you think, well, did I make the best decision? And you just do what you do and do it to the best of your ability. And I think that at the end of the day, when you give it 100%, it'll come out good.
Yeah.
And you're not always going to have the support of everybody, and that's okay. You're going to have some naysayers and complainers, and every town has them. I've been in 3 cities now, and they are there. But I'm hoping to win them over. So
you can do it.
Yeah,
Anybody can do it. You can.
That's right.
You can. Wow. Well, so much information. We have to have you back again.
We do.
Yeah.
Well, I would love to.
Because I want to learn more about the health and wellness thing, and then maybe in like a month see all the different changes she's made.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have a lot coming up too. So in a month we'll be new
Yes.
things to talk about.
Yeah, lots of new things to talk about.
Yes, definitely. Maysville is changing, and we're
Progressing.
Progressing. Yes, absolutely.
Positively.
And that's the key. Do it in a manner that kind of suits everybody. That
Right.
everybody can feel comfortable with and grow with too.
Yes,
Yeah.
I think so too. And we've got some great people in Maysville, some good salt of the earth people. And, you break down on the side of the road and 5 people drive by that and they'll help you.
Yep.
And I wouldn't hesitate to pick up my phone and call any of them. In the short amount of time that I've known some of the people that I work with in Maysville, I know that they would have my back.
Yeah.
So I like to know that when you go places and you make friends, that those friendships are for a lifetime.
You're the best, Sandra.
And those are the
I'm so
special
tickled that
ones,
you're
too.
here.
Yeah. Well, thank y'all for joining in to another episode of Blind Squirrel Talk, and we appreciate you being here, and we will see everybody next time.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.